It's not just hunky-dory story saying that technology is there and technology will certainly do all my problems. The first challenge the CFOs have is that you also have legacy systems that are there. I wouldn't be surprised if a few hands went up in this audience which says, I still use Tally. Now, the Tally is a bad product. I'm saying it's a legacy product. Or for that matter, maybe sooner or later, people like me believe SAP Finance could even get outdated. There'll be something new that will come by. So therefore, you will have a constant overload of legacy that you have to address. And the second one, which I alluded to very briefly, is also that you will have enormous amount of data overload. So be careful on what data you require to use, and make sure that only the data, if you throw bad data, you get bad results. Garbage in, garbage out. So if you want to be smart, you got to decide on which is the base on which these smart decisions are being made. The third one is that the big challenge that we all face is all about cyber threats. As much as we are saying data, digital computers, ability to communicate faster, all these are in networks and so on and so forth. But the point is that all these also have tremendous amount of challenge that are there. We have two public limited companies that in our group at this point of time. The phishing attacks, the cyber attacks that come just before our results are produced is 1,000% more than a normal week. Mr. Narasimhan, I don't know how much percentage your company faces. We have evidence at this point of time that 1,000% of our cyber attacks go up the week our results get produced. So people are all trying to see, can I steal the data? And so therefore, that's the important one. And the last one I'll call out, which I think is the equally important one, is the talent gap. I think, talent is something which is important. Also, it's not machines which will do, it's people which will make machines do what you require to do. So therefore, you require the right talent. And that talent is in shortfall. And the talent, therefore, does not necessarily mean, and I keep saying this all the time, require just skilling. But their ability to adapt themselves for change is important. Because what we see as a change today is not necessarily the end of it, all of it. It's just, to me, a beginning. This is a journey that will continue. So you have to ensure that we now develop our workforce within our finance departments, which are adaptable. And the second one is they also need to have a curious mindset. The curiosity is the one which will drive them to say, we'll innovate things, we'll do things differently, we'll make sure that we'll challenge the status quo. Why is this million times? I keep saying, ask this question, why 5 times? Relentless root cause analysis. So what we need to do, therefore, is to ensure that we take care of the legacy systems. We certainly should take care of the data overload that we have on us, the cyber threats, and also the issues relating to our skills. So as leaders, what you need to do, what I would advise, you have to embrace technology. You don't have an alternative. Please do it full-fledged. And that is how I think it's important. This digital transformation cannot be stopped. The second one is that please make sure the CFOs become cross-functional. Don't think that finance is my responsibility. You now have to take the responsibility of many more things. Right? You have to take the strategic business making decisions with you. You got to also make sure that the ESG becomes a part and parcel of you. The risks that are there are enormous at this point of time. In the recent past, we fought a case against the US government. And that was just the attorney's bill was about $12 million. $12 million it was, the attorney's bills. We won the case all right. But these are the risks. But the good news further, let me complete that, is that we had the ability, we had the vision of taking insurances to a level that 80% of that money was covered by insurance. We only paid the balance of 20% of money. So and whose decision of insurance, etc. There's no denying there's a CEO, but CFO plays an extremely important role. And therefore, the last one I'll say is, please make sure that your human resources become very agile. They have to be thinking on their feet all the time. And they also become skilled on a continuous basis. Because our belief in life right now is learning is not one time. Learning is a lifelong process. So therefore, to conclude, let me say that what we have for CFOs in front of us is A, innovation, B, governance, and C is long-term value creation. And make sure that when you say creating long-term value is just not shareholders. Please distinguish between a shareholder and a stakeholder. Shareholder is one of the stakeholders that you have. Investor is one of them. You also have your customers, you have your employees, or we call them the associates, and equally important to the society. Please pay attention to the society. Government was very good, kind enough to say we can spend 2% of our profits on CSR. And more importantly, what they did was that they didn't take the money and they said, we'll spend it. They're giving us an opportunity to spend. Actually, our CSR also reports into our CFO. And what do you need to therefore do as CFOs at this point of time is make sure all these four stakeholders, your customers, your investors, your employees, and the society is taking care of you. So thank you very much. We wish you a very good conference. I know Narasimham explained to you very much in the rest of the sessions. Have great sessions today. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mohan Reddy Garu. Now I welcome Mr. Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Telangana, on my behalf, on all of you, your behalf. It's a privilege, sir, to have you here for today for the CFO Conclave. And as explained to you when we met at your office, we have all the CFO fraternity here. All the delegates are from most of the are from finance background and from Telangana industries. So I think you are the right person to address them about the government policies. And also regarding the CSR funding also, you have asked us to give CSR funds education. Definitely we are already circulated this to among our members. So I think we'll come back to you on that shortly. Now I request Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Government of Telangana, to address us. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, all the distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais. First, please excuse me for coming a little late, though it is very, very important meeting. This is very essential for the well-being of the state nor the country also. It is a pleasure to be here today at the 7th CII Telangana CFO Conclave. I extend warm greetings to Mr. R. Sivaprasad Reddy, Dr. B.V.R. Mohan Reddy, Dr. M.E. Narasimham, Mr. M. Gautam Reddy, Mr. S. Samiyuddin, and indeed to all the finance professionals and business leaders gathered here. As you all aware, Hyderabad is no stranger to high stakes calculations, whether it is counting rupees or counting cricket runs in the final over. And today we gather to talk about an innings of a different kind. How to steer business through uncertainty and still emerge with a winning score. The time you have chosen, navigating uncertainty, unlocking growth, could not be more timely. We live in a world where the ground seems to shift beneath our feet. From the continuing like Ukraine-Russia conflict to the troubling escalations between Iran and Israel, and even recent strains in India and Pakistan relations, global peace and stability appear more fragile than we would wish. This is not a point to finger or assign blame, but it is simply to acknowledge the reality that business today operates in an environment shaped by geopolitical tensions, supply chain vulnerabilities, energy price fluctuations, and shifting trade alignments. The rule book is being unwritten faster than many of us can read it. In this environment, CFOs are no longer merely the custodian of financial statements. You are the navigators of corporate destiny, the radar, the compass, and sometimes even the shock absorbers when the road runs rough. Gone are the days when finances was only about cost control compliance. Today CFO must be a strategist, a technologist, and a risk manager also. You are expected to spot opportunities where others see obstacles, transform data into foresight, and ensure that growth does not come at the cost of sustainability. I believe the modern CFO is both the guardian of prudence and the catalyst of ambition. Artificial intelligence, advanced analytics, and automation are not just buzzwords. They are tools reshaping decision making itself. In Telangana, we have witnessed how digital transformation can unlock efficiencies across sectors like from life sciences to logistics, from manufacturing to governance. I urge particularly the very important sector of the society like you as financial leaders to embrace these tools, not merely to drive operational efficiency, but to enable sharper strategies choices. Business in a world ruled by algorithms, human judgment, remains the ultimate competitive advantage. Telangana offers fertile ground for such ambitions. Once again, I am making it very clear. Telangana offers fertile ground for such kind of ambitions. Our progressive policies, strong infrastructure, and spirit of innovation have made the state a magnet for investments in technology, life sciences, renewable energy, and manufacturing. Yet, as a government, we firmly believe that true development is measured not merely in economic output, but in how widely its benefits are shared. Social justice, equity, and inclusion are not abstract ideals for us. They are central to our governance. Our government has embarked on significant initiatives reflecting this vision. Young India Integrated Residential Schools. As you all aware that this government has started and sanctioned nearing about 100 Young India residential schools with cost of not less than 200 crores each school, with a campus of not less than 25 acres with their international standards, with an English medium and all other sports facilities and even residential quarters for the teaching staff also. And today, we are setting up not only Young India Integrated Residential Schools, we also started kind of an Ambedkar knowledge centers across the state as modern hubs for skill development, digital learning and entrepreneurship, empowering youth from marginalized sections to participate fully in the modern economy. For our farmers, we are implementing measures like Raitu Bharosa, farm loan waivers, as you all might have heard in recent months. The moment we came to power, as we have promised that we will waive the loans of the farming community up to 2 lakh rupees for each family. For that, in a span of 3 months, we have waived off nearly about 21,000 crores in the first 3 months itself to the entire farming community of the state. And also, as we have promised to support the farmers in this country, in the state, for input subsidy kind of a thing, that we have given in 9 days, very recently this month, the last month, 9,000 crores in 9 days for the farming community of the state to encourage them to go for a agriculture production. Apart from that, the loan waivers support prices to ensure agricultural sustainability and farmer welfare, a critical pillar for both economic and social stability also. Friends, you might be hearing or regarding about the support price for the agricultural commodities of producers. Apart from the support price in the state of Telangana, our government extended to the extent of supporting by giving nearing about 500 rupees for each quintal for the paddy of Sanna Rakalu of paddy, 500 rupees an extra other than the support price, which is also giving a lot of moral boost to the farming community to cultivate and produce more and more paddy and spread to the country and to the world also. And also for the women, we been promising that we will make the women as crorpatis. So we kept the target of nearing about 1 lakh of crores in span of 5 years of interest-free loans to all the self-help group members of the women of the state. In the first year itself, we kept the target of nearing about 20,000 crores. Fortunately, we crossed 20,000 crores. We reached to 21,500 crores in the first year itself. And we are making very clear to our Telangana women that we will make sure that we will definitely give nearing about 1 lakh of crores interest-free loans for them to start business, trading, entrepreneurship, whatnot, everything, so that they can become rich and they can support the family, and so is the case with the society also. This is our commitment towards our women. And also, these apart from these things, like our youngsters, unemployed youth. As we all aware, the formation of the state itself is based on mostly for the demand of the creation of the employment. But unfortunately, in 10 years, we could not create much, but at the moment we came to power, in the first year itself, nearing about 56,000 new employment has been generated and given the appointment let us also to all our youngsters, government employment. Apart from that, to whom all they are not able to get a job, we thought that we must encourage them for going as self-help and self-employment. On the name of self-employment, we have designed such a kind of a scheme. Nearly about 8,000 crores we kept it for the self-employment on the name of Rajiv Yuva Vikas, and we are going ahead to help the unemployed youth to start their own business on their own by supporting the financial assistance from the state government. So we are targeting farming community as elders of the family, and also we are targeting the women as the 50% of the population of this state and who can really take care of the family, and also we are targeting the students and unemployment youth. So these are all our priority areas where if we can really take care of these sections, the state automatically will grow and they will not have any dependency kind of a thing. So I say definitely it is a tough task, but still with the help of people like you who are all wealth creators of the state, we are able to do all these things and going ahead. Friends, I invite the corporate sector to partner with us in these transformative efforts. Through CSR initiatives, industries can contribute to building not just schools or knowledge centers, but a future where every child, every woman, every farmer can claim their rightful place in our growth story. Equally crucial in the integration of sustainability and ESG principles into corporate strategy, investors, regulators and society are increasingly united in their expectations that growth must be green, inclusive and responsible. Telangana's Green Fund and new incentives for green investments reflect our commitment to building a sustainable future, one in which economic success and environmental stewardship go hand in hand. I congratulate CII Telangana for creating the valuable platform for dialogue, learning and collaboration. Here I would like to make a small request to all the CII members. Yes, definitely for any state, the industries, particularly the CFOs, their role and industry's role is very, very important for the growth of the state. Even for the state to take up any infrastructure activities or even for the welfare activities, also the wealth creators are very, very important. So we don't want to, see you as a separate entity. We want to see you as a one entity. The state government and the industries are the one entity, and they have to go together. And I would like to extend my all support on behalf of my Chief Minister, Sri Revanth Reddy Garu, on behalf of the government. We wanted to extend all kinds of cooperation and extend all kinds of support wherever it is required, whenever it is required. And I wanted to have a constant dialogue with the small groups where all that if you want to make any suggestions, the state is readily to, willing to take them as a positive measures to implement them to create wealth for the state. And state is coming out with so many innovative things also apart from the, administrative reforms. State is, particularly Telangana state, is more or less a urban state. It is growing day by day. It is more or less city state. Like in and around Hyderabad, we are planning to set up a triple regional ring road, as we are seeing the result of the regional ring road. Whatever we are having the outer ring road, we are seeing the result of it. Apart from that, we wanted to extend the other areas like other districts to connect to entire to the present outer ring road with a massive infrastructure activity, and here and there the clusters also, where a different kind of business industries can set up, like pharma cluster, other IT clusters, educational cluster, housing cluster, what not, the kind of the business interest where all it is required. We wanted to set up those kind of clusters where people can come all over the world and can come and invest here. Apart from that, we wanted to regenerate the Musi river, which is flowing in between this city, which is also very, very important as far as the state is concerned now. Like Thames River, which is there in the London, why not we make use of the river which is flowing in between the city? Can be, and now we are all seeing like, with a stinking smell and all that. So why can't we turn it as a boon for this city by regenerating it and cleaning it up? This is what the state is thinking about it, and we are going ahead also. So in the entire process, extending the support to the industry, the state government has thought of giving you very well trained, finished human resources also. As you all aware, long time back, these then governments have started the ITIs. Those ITIs, the training and all that has become redundant now. The new technology has come, new innovatives has come. So the state has converted them into advanced technology centers, whereby people can be trained very well, which is suited to the industry. Apart from that, advanced skill university, where we are thinking of setting it up in the future city. Future city also is a big dream for the state of Telangana, where we are trying to get good number of industries all over the world, and apart from pharma, IT and other sectors also there. Like what we are witnessing now, like old Hyderabad, Secunderabad, Cyberabad, and tomorrow future city. One more city we are trying to add to the Hyderabad city. With all these things, definitely Telangana state is going to be happening, most happening state in the country. So we urge all your cooperation and participation in shaping the state of Telangana as a modern and progressive state where it can compete with the world, not just other states in the country. So I would like to request you that the chairman and other colleagues, very soon I wanted to extend an invitation for the dinner for all the people, so that we can spend time 2-3 hours. So please accept my invitation for the dinner in coming days, another 10 to 15 days, as per your convenient schedule. Talk to all your friends and fix a date and let me know. We will extend that so that we can interact and discuss and formulate certain ideas for the growth of the state. And also, friends, as finance professionals, you have the numbers at your fingertips. May you also have the courage to dream big and the wisdom to make those dreams sustainable and inclusive. I wish this conclave great success and look forward to the insights and ideas that will emerge today. Thank you, and Jai Telangana and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Garu. From CII, I have a small request. You mentioned from CII side, I have a small request. I'm so happy to know your priorities, women, farmers and youth. I request you to add MSMEs also to this priority list because after farming, MSMEs are the most providers of employment in this country. So I request you, please add MSMEs to your priority list and encourage us as a, because you have been taking care of finance portfolio, so I request you to support us because I belong to MSME sector. Kindly support us, sir. Thank you. Now I request Gautam Reddy Garu to give his concluding remarks.
Thank you very much. My request is that we want to give bharosa to all the investors, not only Telangana and other group. Give us 1 hour time every month. We will come out with what are the investments are coming, expansion in the state, or some of the grievances, so that you will have updated. That is one thing. The second thing, you have seen all the experts here. You can also pose some problems to them every month. These are my problems, you give the solution. So that way, what you said, we are one. So we will always think that we and government are always CA also, we will go with that formula only. So we'll definitely will be part of the progress, and whatever you have, you can pose the problems to us. They're all experts. As Mohan Reddy Garu said, technology is also playing a big role. How can we use the technology and help the state also? Thank you very much.
Good morning, friends. It was a wonderful inaugural session where you've heard from Mr. Narsimham, Mr. R.S. Reddy Garu, BVR Mohan Reddy Garu, and brilliantly from our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, some of the interesting changes that are happening across the globe and what we are supposed to be looking forward. We have heard about the uncertain periods of war, of COVID and post-COVID, and how things are likely to emerge. And we have heard interesting missiles coming from Washington and how they are impacting business on a day-to-day basis. All of these are very good insights. And in such uncertain times, how to unlock and how to ensure growth is an important pillar for the CFOs. And as you have heard from all the speakers, it was wonderful to hear that, CFO is not a custodian of accounts and finance anymore. CFO is an operational partner, is a strategic partner, is a consultant, is an advisor, and he is a ESG champion for the company. And that brings the CFO's role to a wonderful platform, which is a very good check and balance between CEO and CFO and ensuring the right growth. And I'm sure all of you also know, most independent directors, most boards, and most shareholders see, and the audit committee sees the company through the eyes of CFO. They don't see it through the eyes of CEO. That's the most important role you are all playing, and therefore it's very important that all of you interact more, ensure that this conclave brings out more insights, and ensure you become champions of growth, champions of unlocking growth, and working with the company during these uncertain times. I'd like to first of all thank our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, who despite his busy schedule and his complex role of handling finances and energy, has taken time out to come here and be here with us and share his insights for the day. Thank you very much for coming here, Mallu Bhatti Vikramaraka Garu, and we assure you, and we take the invitation positively, and we assure you large participation of senior and good members of the industry for the dinner. Thank you very much for that invite. I'd like to thank our Southern Region Chairman, past Southern Region Chairman, BVR Mohan Reddy Garu, who has given very valuable insights. You've heard some of the best insights on how the role of CFO is changing. So I'd like to place on record thanks to BVR Mohan Reddy Garu. I'd like to thank my chairman, R. Shivaprasad Reddy Garu, for being here and for hosting this event.
will see that day when quantum will become a reality, when it's not a matrix of operations that will happen, things which are saying that, it took me a time to blink an eyelid before the results came out. You don't even need to blink your eyelid. You just look at the computer automated.
బట్ చెప్పడానికి కూడా మనం చెప్పుకోవచ్చు అందరికీ మాకు యాక్సెస్ ఉంది ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ఉంది ఎవరో వచ్చారు అట్లా ఎవరు ఇన్వెస్ట్ అంటారు మేము ఎవరు చెప్పానా మాకు సోర్స్ ఉంది పలాంటి రా పరిచయం చేస్తాం ఎనీథింగ్ ఎనీ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్ కానీ ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు
Apart from those standard
అందుకే రెడీ మనం కూడా ఇటు వచ్చి సార్ సార్ అన్న కొద్దిగా వ్యక్తి మన వైపు వెళ్ళిపోతాం
రూమ్లోనే కదా
Yoga government's achievement and they wanted to expand it to urban areas. Is that a good idea?
మీ దాని పక్కన పెడితే అవన్నీ
పక్కన పెడతా
వీళ్ళు వదిలేనా వీళ్ళు వదిలేస్తే మనం కూడా వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు మళ్ళీ ఆయన చెప్తారన్న తీసుకుంటారా
ఇంటరాక్షన్ చేస్తాను
సమాజంలో చేస్తా దానికి లేకుంటే నువ్వు నీకు మొత్తం చేసావు నువ్వు ఏం చేయాలి నీ దగ్గర నుంచి రావాలి నీకు చేయాలా సరే